Alright, welcome back to NBA Gamer Channel. So I've been getting a lot of questions about, can I beat this level? Should I try hard, medium, easy? What are the team levels? So I'm going to go through each team, starting at easy, medium, then hard. So you can see all the team powers, and also show you some mismatches, because some of the teams, they have players playing the wrong position. So on easy, your first matchup, the Bucks at 467 power. Now these teams, on easy, if you have a decent team, you can probably just put it on auto and not even worry. But you're not going to get as many points as you would at the higher difficulties. So as you can see, I'm just showing you, I didn't even play. I had it on auto the whole time, and it was a blowout. Okay? And after the win in the quarter, with no style bonus, you get 225 on easy. Obviously, when you're starting out, once you get to that 5,000 threshold, you can plug in that card that'll give you a 20% bonus. So the second matchup is the Magic, 494 power. Again, if you have 2,000 power or higher, easy, you could probably auto, no problem, and not even have to watch. So this could be convenient if you are, say, at night, and you wake up and you don't want to play the games out, then maybe just hit it on auto. So you're getting 75 for the quarter and 150 for the win for the game. So that's why you get 225 at the end, because you're getting the points for the quarter and the game. So after you finish this third matchup, which they do have some gold players and with good skill level, so in these finals you have like a gold Leonard and a gold Anthony Davis, a gold Michael Jordan. So they could put some points on the board if you have a lower team, but you still should be able to auto it easy, as you can see here. If you have time to play, then I would suggest, trying to play some of these out on a higher difficulty. So after finishing, you get that 1,000 win streak at the end. Before, you used to get it right then after the game, which you could use the doublers for. Now you can't. So really, if you checked my last video about don't buy the doublers, that's the reason. Because now it's more efficient to buy refills instead, based on what they cost for the coins. So 1,900 points just going through easy with no style bonus at all. So at medium, you're still starting out with low level teams, but it will progress a little bit harder than it was easy. But again, I could probably auto these as well. And now you're getting 300 points instead of 225 for that last game. And this is with no style bonus still, because I'm waiting to get my Gary Payton Steals Leader card to plug in once we get. So the second matchup, the Pacers, is 742 points. Again, these games are quite easy. Kind of showing you just the beginning, because I want you to see what players are on the floor too. The next game is the Detroit Pistons, 892 points. This one they do have a few more better skill players, but still the team power is low. You might have to watch out for Klay Thompson or Blake Griffin. And the fourth game is the 76ers at 1,097. Now if you're playing these games, I would suggest if you have anyone with good defense, you go with steals for that player. Currently I had Lillard at point guard until I got Payton. Once I get Payton in there, I would go for the steals. So you can see that game was close. So you maybe have to pay attention a little bit, especially these last two games, even if my power is so high. So the Jazz here, 1,175 for the finals of the medium streak. So you have Blake Griffin in there at small forward. So you start to see a little bit of a mismatch. Why do they have Rudy Gobert back at power forward? And you're going to really see this happen in the hard level, which we're about to jump into. So with the style bonus again, after you finish medium, is 1250. Unfortunately, the doublers do not work, as I stated before. So if you're going to have the doublers or the free doublers, it's best to just use it at the end of the game, the second half. So here I'm going to claim Gary Payton. And right when you can claim him, put him in your lineup right away. What I did was I trained him up. So I'm going to show you quickly what he would be rating wise. Now what they're showing right there is the bonus with the, so it's not his true rating. They're showing the 25% bonus for the prime player. There I click back. When I put him in the team, my team, I'm putting the defensive shoes on him to max him out because I want to go for steals. So when I put him in my team lineup, then you get the true power level that he is at level 10, 1 star. So I had enough Ruby cards to get him up to 4 stars easily. So I'm going to just show you how I'm doing that and where his ratings go. So maybe if you can only go 2 star or 3 star, you can kind of see where that maxes him out at. So now we have a jump up to 2,888. This is without the prime player bonus. This is without your mentor in yet. This is just his base score at level 25 and 2 stars. So I'm not really using these basic Ruby cards. My goal is to save them for these event cards because we're gonna continue getting Ruby event cards. And it helps getting those bonuses, even if they're not going to help me after the event's over. So at 3 stars now, we'll train them up all the way to level 45, which now gets us to 3,355. So this card is stronger point power wise than the Dame Lillard card at the same level. So my goal was I want to get him up to the same level that I had Dame Lillard at. So I'm getting him to 4 stars. I don't want to go past that because my strategy is when we get to domination, I don't want to have my team powered up until after the start of domination. That's a key tip for anyone trying to do well in domination. So we have him at 3,537. And now I will assign my mentor to get him up to 3,665. Alright, so we'll get back into jumping in now to the hard. So a lot of people are concerned here. Maybe your team's strong, but you're wondering, is it worth the risk to play hard? I know some people don't want to, and actually last time when I had a power of 3,000, I did lose, was going to lose a game, and I had to quit. So if you're far in that streak and you're about to lose, it's worth it to quit to keep that, maintain that streak. So the first power is really low, 825 for the Kings. A lot of these games are actually pretty easy. There's only a couple teams that you really need to focus on. It's the LA teams are the most difficult in the streak. Now they have a guard at center playing Shaq, as you saw in the tip-off. And that can become a problem when they're on offense because he can get around Shaq and score. So just be key on that and try to double maybe if that's happening. But you can also take the advantage of giving the ball to Shaq or whichever your center is and just score real easily on that guard as well. So it goes both ways. So then the next team is the Thunder at 1,098. Again, this team is real easy, and now if you have Gary Payton by now, you should be going for steals until you get that first foul call. Another easy game. And you're getting 450 points now for hard with that 20% bonus. So as you can see, that is a big difference from earlier, from easy or medium. The third matchup is the Miami Heat at 1,314 now. Here they have Porzingis at small forward, where they have James Johnson, who's a small forward at center. They have Grant Hill, who's a small forward at shooting guard. So they do have a lot of mismatches. Dragic is at point guard, which I had real easy abilities to steal with Gary Payton on him. So that would be a strategy in that game. And you can take advantage of your center over James Johnson. So the fourth one has the Wizards at 881. A very easy game, except again they have point guard John Wall at center. And at times he scores really easily on your center. So again, you'll have to watch that to make sure that those things aren't happening. See, Davis can hit a three if you have him in your lineup. So the style bonus is 75 over the main points that you would normally get. Alright, here's the games that the last three are the ones you might have to focus on. The Lakers at 1,509. You do have some skill players on the team now that you might have to worry about. They have Anthony Davis in there. I believe it's Gasol at center. And in that one, if you looked, I actually lost the second half, so I didn't get as many points. And in the long run, even if you lose 5 quarters out of the 7 games, but you're still winning, it's still better than playing medium. So don't sweat if you lose a quarter here or there. As long as you win the game, that's important. I would say this is the toughest team to face, so I'll show a little bit more. You have Chamberlain at center. You have Tim Duncan at power forward, an event card, Tim Duncan. You have Kawhi Leonard at small forward. You have Oscar Robinson at point guard and Sam Jones as shooting guard. These are all Ruby cards, but they're technically sound and could give you trouble if you have a bad shooting game. So make sure that you have someone in there that can knock down shots, because things like this can happen. They get open, Y gets a 3, and you can find yourself down if you're getting good shots but they're not falling like that. Last gauntlet, that's the team I had to quit against because I was going to take a loss late. Now in the finals, if you were playing the finals last year and the Cavs were there, they're a little bit stronger than the last gauntlet because they've added steals leader card Jimmy Butler. So they're at 1,432. Okay. But again, so you're facing Kevin Love, so you have to watch out for his three-point shooting ability. But they have mismatches again. As you can see, Abdul-Jabbar, Kareem, he's at small forward against Larry Bird, where you have, I believe that maybe is Larry Nance at center, tipping off with Shaq. And you have Jimmy Butler playing point guard against Gary Payton. So at least Love's matched up with Davis. That's a true power forward matchup. You see the event card I wanted to show. But pressure him. It's an advantage if you have Gary Payton against the non-point guard. You can get some steals, and you can see that this game was quite easy for me. But as I said, these mismatches can also flip it around, where, you know, having Kareem get the ball down low against Bird, that's not good for you either. But I tended to see that out of all the matchups, the LA teams are the toughest. My suggestion is, if you're not sure, but now you know the powers, if you're playing and you're just having too tough a time with the streak on hard, then just drop down. Realistically, when they change the doublers, you're not going to get Paul George the final event without spending some money. And because the refills for the stamina are the best, you don't have to buy doublers earlier now because it's not the best value. You see the streak at the end is 1,500. Before, you could double that up and get 3,000 instead of the 1,500, which that made sense to use the doublers, but now you can't. So realistically for me, I should be able to get to the celebrity level, and then I have to decide, am I gonna buy some gold players to get my style bonus up even more and really make a push and buy some stamina and go for Paul George? I really don't know what I'm going to do yet on that. But anyway, I hope this video helped you, and maybe in the future too, to just see these teams, because they were the same teams as last, just they changed a few players around. Okay? Alright. I'll catch you later. Peace.